Hey guys, welcome back to Mavro Productions. We are in the old setup for now because there is a problem with my new setup that I use now, but that will be resolved, which is fine. We can still film videos. Welcome back to the channel. I thought we would talk about my top 5 travel destinations, give you guys a bit of insight into me and my travels, because that's another side of me that I really love, is travel and learning about the world. Without further ado, let's get into it. Number 5 is Seychelles. Roll up that flag. This beautiful island is off the coast of Africa, located in the Indian Ocean. Its capital city is actually Victoria, which is pretty cool, and it's the smallest population of any African nation, with less than 100,000 people. They are the second richest African country. Its main industry is tourism. But for me, I really wanted to visit this country. It's a hidden gem in Africa, and obviously their main sport that they play is football. And I thought, what better way to go to that country, help out the kids with supplying them with football and equipment. Obviously, I want to help grow football within small African countries so they can gain exposure. They actually have a second division and 12 teams in their first league. I mean, seriously, if a little African country like Seychelles can do it, why can't Australia? Like, come on. So yeah, that's my reason for wanting to visit Seychelles. Number 4 is Mauritius, which is actually located nearby to Seychelles. Its capital is Port Louis, and Mauritius is another hidden gem in Africa. They have a similar flag to Seychelles, as you saw from what I just showed you. They actually both remind me of those Telstra ads where they go dun 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 dun, and it rolls the rainbow little, like the rainbow little thing there. A reason it's so far up for me is because it's an island. As you know, I love my islands. Obviously, growing up in one, I grew up in one. My parents are from one, and I wanted to discover hidden football gems within the island and do as much work as I can. As you're getting from this, this bit of a recurring theme that I'm not really a tourist. I mean, yes, I want to go to the big countries everyone knows, Germany, Spain, Portugal, all them, but I wanted to be a bit different. And obviously, for me, I feel better if I can help out people whilst I'm traveling. Number 3 is Burkina Faso. We moved from the islands of Africa to the mainland of Africa. Africa is a continent which I love. Its diversity is unparalleled, with many countries speaking their native and colonial languages, all with distinct religions and cultures. Burkina Faso is located in Western Africa. Its capital is by far the best capital city name I've ever heard, Ouagadougou. Yes, that's right, I'm not making up a name here. Its actual capital city is Ouagadougou. They're a French colony, so they speak French. The reason it's so high is because I have a love for the nation and the region of West Africa. Everyone knows Nigeria, Ghana, Ivory Coast, but this nation is one that needs the attention. We know that Ghana, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, they produce so many football talents. Didier Drogba, the Ayus, just to name a few. But Burkina Faso needs the attention because it is one of the poorest nations in the world. It doesn't have access to any oceans or ports because it's landlocked. Its football pedigree isn't the best either, and as I plan to open a school and academy in Sierra Leone who actually suffer a lot worse than Burkina Faso. When we talk about poorest countries, Sierra Leone are always in the top 3 or 4, and that's something that I want. You can try change. Obviously, it's a lot of work to change, and there's a lot of internal things that go on, but I love my missionary work, and if there's anything I can do to help out these countries, it's obviously supplying them with the best religious needs and the best football needs, whether that's supplying them football boots, football jerseys, football anything, and religious icons and things, just to get them more involved with the Christian faith. That's hard in Burkina Faso because they're predominantly Muslim. But I plan to do this in Burkina Faso because I love missionary work, and these nations need the attention of big clubs so they can become superstars. You never know, the next Sadio Mane could come out of Burkina Faso. This next country, many people would put within their top 10 nations to visit, or have at least heard of this country. You probably couldn't guess it, but it's Belgium. I've had a love for this nation since I coached them in P414. This is a nation where I would be a tourist, not a missionary worker. I want to explore the French, German and Dutch places. I also want to watch football in Bruges, Liège and Brussels. I actually have a Club Bruges scarf. Thank you to Marcus for getting me that. I want to eat chocolate whilst watching football. Apart from my beloved Cyprus and Greece, Belgium is one of the my favourite places in Europe. Fun fact, I've seen their national team play against Cyprus in Cyprus. Batshuayi took a penalty and missed, but we did get smashed 3-0. So, whoop-de-doo. Number 1 is another African nation that hits my list as number 1. This one is Cape Verde, or Capo Verde. An archipelago, which means an island that has a group of islands. So Cape Verde, Seychelles, group of islands, Mauritius. They speak Portuguese in Cape Verde, and the capital is Praia. They're also quite poor. Nani, the guy that was mad for United and won so many titles there, was actually born in Cape Verde but decided to play for Portugal. My main reason is that it's an island which I love, and I want to show the world that you could be proud of where you come from and play for the country in which you were born and raised. Obviously, there may be different scenarios for everyone. Like for me, I have a deep love for Cyprus, as much of more than a deep love for Australia, but I would still probably represent Australia maybe more than Cyprus, just because of the fact I grew up here and I was born and raised within Australia. But I love my Cyprus a lot, so that'd be a hard decision for me. But footballers play for these higher nations just to gain more fame or more notoriety, such as Diego Costa, his Brazilian, playing for Spain, like Pogba playing for France when he's from Mali. I want to change. I want to be able to change that and make sure that everyone gets the fame they deserve, no matter where they're from. If you deserve to be one of the best players in the world, you should be the best player in the world, no matter if you're from Mali or if you're from Brazil. Cape Verde is an awesome place with lots of beaches and places to see. They do pretty well in African Cup of Nations. They're usually actually pretty up there. The reason it's number 1 is because it's got beautiful beaches, a great football league, and talent waiting to be unravelled. So yeah, that's my top 5 list of countries that I want to visit. Let me know yours actually in the comments below. It'd be interesting to see what you guys think. Thank you all for watching. Sorry for the long absence. I had a very busy week and I'm back uploading videos again. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to
subscribe to Mavro Productions.